So please come to a comfortable sitting position. With a strong and elegant spine. And we know that our spine needs to be straight and long, crown of head floating to sky, tailbone rooting into earth. And the legs could be crossed, you could be kneeling. It's possible to lay down and also to be sitting in a chair. We have a soft front, the chest, the belly, the jaw, the muscles of the face all soften. And we find a place to take the hands, maybe resting palms down on the knees, maybe resting on the belly, thumbs above navel, fingers below. Perhaps one hand or both hands on the heart, one hand on the stomach. Just play until you find a gesture that feels easeful for you, easeful and natural. So settling into a full body gesture that is relaxing and yet comfortable. And you're going to hear the strike of the singing bowl as we begin our practice, and then once again, the strike of the singing bowl when we end each practice. So we settle into this moment in time. We leave behind us everything which happened before and everything which may or may not happen after. Instead, we pay attention to the arising moment. What do you notice? What do you observe about this moment? Perhaps you become aware of the sounds you can hear. Maybe sounds on this recording. My voice. Perhaps the sound of traffic outside this room. And if you're practicing on a recording, you'll hear the sounds of your own home and the sounds surrounding your home. And you may have a feeling about those sounds as they arise, a pushing away, a desiring for those sounds to change. And you may have a leaning into a sound or a sense of the quiet between sounds. Noticing your own internal process about what you hear as you begin your practice. Noticing layers of sound, creaking of a building, sounds of your own body, laid over with the sound of my voice and the sounds of your home, this recording, and everything else. And letting all of that continue on in the background as you turn your lens of awareness to your breath. So noticing as you breathe in a feeling of the breath traveling in through your nostrils and deep into the body. Your body receiving the breath, expanding, broadening, widening. And then a sense of the breath leaving the body and the body narrowing. And the breath leaving the body. As you rest in meditation, your mind very naturally will wander away from your breath, away from the sensation in the body, away from the sense of receiving and releasing breath, to other sensations, memories, judgments, sounds. And there's nothing wrong with the mind moving. We just want to keep inviting it back to rest our awareness on the sound of breath in the body, the feeling of breath traveling through nostrils, being received, the body widening and narrowing as we exhale. So we're going to add the simplest of mantras to here. As we inhale, we say silently in the mind, I am breathing in. And as we exhale, we say silently in the mind, I am breathing out. And every time your mind is wandered, just acknowledge that this happens and come back to I am breathing in, I am breathing out, and the experience of breath in the body. As we stay with our breath, we also notice there is a beginning, a middle, and an end to a breath. There's a pause at the top of the inhale. And there's a beginning, middle, and end to the exhale, and a pause at the end of the exhale. So staying with the fullness of the breath all the way through from beginning to end, not rushing it, trying to change it. Just paying attention to the experience of breath coming and going. I'm breathing in, I'm breathing out. And as your mind wanders, being ever so patient and kind to yourself as you practice coming back, to resting your attention on breath. So we begin to change the mantra to the words, I'm gentle with myself as I breathe in. I'm gentle with myself as I breathe out. So bringing a sense of gentleness to your attention, to how you notice your breath, to your experience as your mind very normally and naturally moves away from breath. To the fact that other things draw you away. Softening and feeling in a gentle way to noticing the coming and going of your breath and the moving away and returning of your attention. I'm gentle with myself as I breathe in. I am gentle with myself as I breathe out. So at no point trying to manipulate the breath, change it, lengthen or shorten. Try grasping onto a moment, but acknowledging the subtle movements of each moment, of each breath. I'm gentle with myself as I breathe in. I'm gentle with myself as I breathe out. Visualizing that breath now moving into your heart, into the seat of compassion. Perhaps taking a minute to visualize the Buddha sitting in meditation, holding the whole world in his heart. Every word, every action, a gesture of his deep love and compassion for all beings. And now bring into your heart, into your awareness, a being that you feel love and compassion for. A person who you are already deeply fond of and care for. Visualize that being clearly in your mind, all of their qualities that draw you close to them. And then hold the wish in your heart that this being would experience peace, happiness, health, and a freedom from suffering. Perhaps visualizing that by practicing this meditation, you could send them loving kindness. You could send them a sense of well-being and freedom from suffering. And as your mind moves, which it so naturally will, bringing your attention back gently to visualizing that being surrounded in loving kindness, free from suffering. Now extending that wish to include someone you know but you're not so close to, maybe a colleague, a neighbor, somebody you encounter on a regular basis, but have no strong attachment to. Hold the wish in your heart that this person also would experience a freedom from suffering, a peace, and a sense of well-being. Visualize what that might look like in your mind's eye. And hold that person and this wish deep in your heart as your object of meditation. Moving your mind to bring into awareness a person who you have some small difficulty with, some minor irritation, nothing too big or overwhelming. Visualize this person in your heart and allow a wish of loving kindness, compassion, peace. And hold the wish that they too experience an end of suffering. And as your mind very naturally moves away or resists, soften and very gently invite the heart of compassion to once again arise. To be directed to this person who, like all beings, desires to be happy. Be patient with yourself as your mind shifts or gets sluggish, sleepy or tired. Just gently practicing or honing your awareness to rest on one object, which for this next few moments is a person you have some small difficulty with. Filling your heart with compassion and kindness and the wish for their suffering to end. And now extending that awareness one more time to fill your heart with compassion for your whole community, your friends, your family, colleagues, your neighbors, perhaps even people you don't know. Perhaps the capacity today is for your arms to stretch over the whole world. Just reaching the arms of compassion as far as they feel happy to stretch for today. Maybe a small group of people or many, or even all sentient beings. So resting your awareness within the heart of compassion, the ocean of love which sits deep within your heart. Allowing all beings to enter into your heart. Holding the wish that all beings experience peace, happiness, and freedom from suffering. And if your mind moves patiently and very gently, acknowledge that the mind has shifted and come back to resting your awareness simply and sending out love and compassion to all beings. And now let's bring our awareness to ourselves. Hold the wish that we too experience love, peace, happiness, and a freedom from suffering. That our minds become clear and bright. That our hearts be full of love and compassion. That our bodies be at ease and rested. So we end our practice by gently bringing the chin to the chest, taking a slow and easy breath, becoming aware of the sounds around us, how our body feels in this moment, and perhaps blinking open the eyes to extend the visual awareness, and slowly taking however long you need, arising from your meditation seat.